hold the instrument. You learned this, right? Or okay, so this is gonna be a good refresher for you.
Okay.
Alright, I'm in here. Okay. So you know when you put the instrument up, it's best if you come out with the instrument and like take it up with this hand.
Okay.
Rest it on your collarbone so that your chin can help support the instrument. So that looks pretty good. You don't want to take your hand off because that could mean that you're using your shoulder to help support it up. You have your shoulder rest on.
Yeah.
I see. Okay, that's good. Alright, so the way you're holding it looks pretty good. Your hand looks nice and relaxed. Your head isn't too far over to the side. It looks very good.
And what kind of angle is this about right in terms of?
Yeah, I mean, you don't want it to be out like this. You don't want it to be
45 degree. Okay.
Yeah, you want it to be a comfortable length. Like if you were to hold your arm out, kind of like 45 degrees over here, you want to be able to bring your instrument up to that point. That's why I said you can always use your other hand to put the instrument up like that. Yeah, good job. So it looks good. Alright, and did you guys go over how to hold the bow?
Yeah.
Alright, so then we're just going to start with plucking open strings.
Okay.
Maybe we can do some sight reading because you said you're doing sight reading with open strings. So you know when you pluck the instrument, you put your hand on the fingerboard right there, your thumb, and then that's your support for when you pluck. You use your index finger, and you take the string and just, yep, just like that. So let's pluck the C string a couple times. We'll do 4 times.
Together? Or
Yeah,
okay.
together. 1, 2, ready, go. Now G string. 1, 2, ready, go. Now D string, ready, go. Now A string, ready, go. Good. So let's try plucking on strings that aren't next to each other.
And the screen went to sleep. It's
It's
still
fine.
recording. Okay.
It's still going. There's still a green light on as long as you do that. It's fine. Alright, so let's practice plucking C, D, C, D.
Okay.
And we'll do that pattern C, D, C, D twice. So C, D, C, D, C, D, C, D. Okay. 1, 2, ready, go. Okay, good. And now let's practice doing G to A. Same thing. 1, 2, ready, go. Good. Alright, so that was very good. We'll try doing a little bit of the sight readings. What number did you guys go up to?
I don't know exactly.
Alright.
Page range.
Okay, so just make sure the stand is up to your height here. You never want to lean down to the stand. So let's just take a look at number 5, and we'll go right into number 6. So we'll kind of just make it one sight reading example, okay? So we'll count off 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, that was good. You got all your notes right, and you're plucking good, and you can read it, so that's important. Good job. The only thing I noticed is that your hand, when you're holding the viola, it looks a little bit collapsed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you don't want to have your wrist cocked out like this. You just want to keep it relaxed. Just make sure it doesn't fall in like that. So you always want to have just a little bit of room right there. Yeah, just like that. That's really good. Okay. So, alright, let's try holding the bow now. So you can pick up your bow, and alright, so when you're learning to hold the bow, I want you to hold it from the stick first, the other hand. So, did you do any of the jeté pliés with Dr. Turnkosh?
I don't think I missed the first class.
Oh,
so
okay.
If you can show me that.
Yeah, sure. So when you're holding the bow, your hand is pretty relaxed. It's a little different from when you're holding a cello bow, because on a cello bow, I know your pinky goes over the side like that, right? So on viola, your pinky is always going to be sitting on top. But just for the first part, your thumb is pretty much the same. It goes in this little crook right there. You want to keep it nice and like malleable. You want to be able to have it bend. And your ring finger and third finger are gonna just flop over the side like that. So you're just gonna wanna have your index finger and your pinky up like this. And your middle finger should be covering the ring. Good. That's really good. So now you want to have your first finger just like relax over the end. Good. And your pinky comes up on this little knob. Wherever your pinky falls is comfortable. Yeah. So let me just see that. Good. Alright. And then you can use your pinky to help you use string crossings. That's how you're going to be able to turn the bow. And also when you do that, your thumb is going to move a little bit too. See my thumb is moving a little bit? Yeah, that looks good. And we'll just play some open strings with the bow. So let's do 2 notes on C, 2 notes on G, 2 notes on D, and 2 notes on A, and then go back down.
Which part of the bow?
Let's do the middle of the bow.
Okay.
Just make sure your bow doesn't hit the wall. You can step out a little bit if you need. Okay. So 1, 2, ready, go. That was good. Good job. Just watch your wrist. Your other wrist, yeah. Alright, good job. So, let's just try playing a few rhythms on each string, because it might be a little different with your pinky in a different place. Okay, so, Mississippi Stop Stop. I think that's the term they use in your masteries. It's gonna be Mississippi Stop Stop. And we're gonna do that once on every string.
Okay.
And then come back down.
Alright.
So, 1, 2, ready, go. Good job. Your hand was really flexible the whole time. It was very good. And you kept your wrists in the correct position. It was good. Good job. So, let's do some sight readings with the open strings. Let's try number 15.
Okay.
Okay. 1, 2, ready, go. Nice job. Yeah, no problem. It was good. Okay, so you're going through this pretty quickly.
I'm having trouble drawing a straight bow. It doesn't show as much when I do shorter strokes. I don't know.
Alright, so let's just work on some long tones then.
Okay.
Yeah, good idea. So let me see you draw a straight bow across your G string.
Okay. When I get to the tip,
I think I understand what the problem is here. You're a little bit shorter, your arm's a little bit shorter, so I don't think you really can go out to the tip. So, I mean, viola is a big instrument, and you just don't want to hurt yourself. So I would say go as far as you can that your arm will allow. So maybe, yeah, like don't go any farther than this,
Right.
I would say for now.
Okay.
Unless Dr. Trampash wants to tell you otherwise, but that would be what I say is good.
Okay.
And let me see you take a nice up bow. Yeah. I mean, that was pretty good. Let me see you do it on the G string. Now the A string. You're keeping it pretty straight. There's a little bit of wobbliness, but like it's pretty good. Yeah.
Okay.
If you keep practicing like these long strokes, you'll definitely get it. A trick that my teacher always used to tell me is that if you're looking between the bow hair and the stick of the bow, you should always be able to see the fingerboard.
Okay.
And if you can't see the fingerboard, then you're probably not as straight as you could be.
Okay. Yeah.
So, do you want to try that?
Sure.
Maybe that might help a little bit.
Okay.
Besides the fact that you just went a little bit too far for your own arm, it was perfect.
Okay.
Especially on the way down. Let's just try going up bow once again. Okay. So I'm going to move your bow down here to where your arm can reach. Okay. And that's really as far as you should go, I think. So go make a nice up bow. Yeah, that was fine.
Okay.
You're doing a good job.
Okay. Thank you.
Alright, so now that you know pizzicato, how to use the bow, you know your open strings, I'll teach you how to start fingering some notes. I don't know if we'll get up to a scale, but we can try.
Okay.
And then you'll be ahead of the game for your next lesson. I mean, unless there's any more questions that you have.
Nope, that was the main one.
Okay.
Yep.
Alright, so let's just do... Yeah, this is what I was going to do. Okay. So this is the Masteries book that you guys are using. Masteries number 1. This is just going to be your open strings, and it shows you what notes can go on what, like what finger you put down to create what note there. Before we play those notes, what do you know about fingering from cello experience?
I'm used to 1, 2, 4 instead of 1, 2, 3. So
Right.
First position of viola is usually 1, 2, 3.
Yeah,
And
it's
then
usually
after
1, 2,
next
3.
string. Okay.
And then 4 is
The same as the next string.
exactly.
Okay.
You put in better words than I would have for that. Yeah, so usually 1, 2, 3 on viola and violin in the future when you get there. You always want to, when you put your fingers down, they want to be on the pads of your fingers, but not like flat. They want. We'll work on finger spacing, but the way you have your fingers right now is fine. And I can see that your fingers are turning a little bit white at the top. You don't need to squeeze it. It's okay.
Alright.
And your thumb placement is also very good right now. Make sure you can keep your thumb loose and moving along when you're playing. It'll prove to be pretty helpful. But yeah, the way you're putting your fingers down right now is great. And if you look up after pressing your fingers down on the string, and you press, let's say I press my first finger down once, I lift it and put it down again, I should look at my finger and the line should be in the same place. So that's usually a good test. Okay, so let's pick up your bow, and we'll just try playing open string first finger on the C string, just to get used to where first position starts. So you're going to be playing C and then D. Let's play half notes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go to the G string and do that. D string. A string. Want to do that one more time?
Sure.
Ready, go. Why don't you try playing that by yourself?
Okay.
And then we'll go on to the strings. You can feel free to step back from the wall and squish yourself.
Okay.
Good job. Nice.
So how do you get your fourth finger to reach on the C string?
Okay, that's a good question. Yeah. Viola's a big instrument, so it's important that you can move your thumb around. You might need to move your thumb up a little bit so that it gives you a little more flexibility in your hand. And also, you can move your elbow around when you play. So it might be easier if you tilt your elbow just a little bit along with moving your thumb. So I would play it like... And you can almost see how my thumb moved there and my elbow. Do you want me to play that again, or did you see it?
Can I see
Okay.
it one more time?
Sure. So this is it. to move that drastically your arm, that's fine. That's just what I'm comfortable doing. Alright, so why don't you try playing the scale up, starting on C.
Okay. Can I start again?
It's a whole step, so you gotta stretch there. Yeah, there you go. And you can always match with your G string. Well, that was fine. That was good. Good. Here. Step away from the stand. You can turn it a little bit. Okay. Let's try it one more time. Ready, go. Good. Let's try that on the D string together. Ready, go. And on the A string. Ready, go. Good job. That sounded good. Do you feel comfortable? Do you feel relaxed? Or are you feeling a little tired and stressed out?
A little tense. The left hand gets a little tense.
Okay. So what can we do to fix that? First of all, we can practice just doing this when you're fingering a scale, or even these finger patterns that you'll find on page 27. Or 26 rather. You can go like this. You can play. Stop. Take your hand. Put it back. Continue. Stop. Take your hand off. And just, it'll give your hand a little bit of a break and you won't be able to tense up.
Right.
And that might be helpful, especially if you're going from this position to this position. Because I know when I switched to cello, it was definitely difficult for me. I was stressing all over the place with my left hand. Make sure your hand's nice and loose, relaxed. This is also a good thing you can do. Just slide your hand up and down, and go all the way up, all the way down. And another thing Dr. Schrambush likes to do, you can bring your hand up here and just tap the other side of your viola like that.
So you're bringing your thumb up. Which way?
You can bring your thumb around the viola, so bring it up here.
Here.
Okay. And then make sure this is loose, and just tap the side of your viola.
Okay.
Yeah, just like that.
Okay.
And that should help keep part of your hand loose. It also will help with vibrato eventually. But I like doing this. Make sure you can't grip the viola. If you're gripping, you're going to be pulling it away from yourself.
Okay.
Okay. So we're all loose, ready to play. You're set up in first position. So let's play slowly C, one octave scale. We'll do whole notes.
Okay.
So this way you can also practice your long, straight bows.
Okay.
Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll do half notes this time. Try using your fourth finger instead of the open strings.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4.
thinking about my fingers. And
Yeah. So let's try that again. We'll do the whole notes again. But really try and watch your bow and watch how straight it's going. And yes, I do want you to focus on your fingers and keeping a nice and loose left hand, but you can't neglect your right hand either.
Okay.
Does that feel comfortable with you? You're okay?
It's getting there, yeah.
Okay. Do you want to do it a few more times, or?
Nope, I think I just need to work on finding where that fourth finger lands.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright. That was pretty good. There's just two things I want to point out. First is your thumb, and I think this might be why your hand might be getting a little tired.
Okay.
You're almost putting your thumb and hand like in a V like this when you're playing, and that's just gonna tighten everything up.
Okay.
You want to make sure that your thumb is almost in like a nice U shape, so it's
Okay.
the viola should be conforming to you. You should not be conforming to the viola.
Okay.
So you want to keep your hand in a natural position, just bring it up, and even when you're playing, you don't want to grip it like this. Because this is what I see right now.
Yeah.
You just want to keep everything loose, and you should be supporting the viola with this part of your hand right there,
Okay.
and like kind of like the side of your thumb, but you don't want to squish it.
Okay.
That was much better.
It feels a lot better.
That was much better. Okay, that's gonna help you a lot. And the other thing I wanted to point out is if you're having trouble placing your fourth finger and getting it in tune, do that in the middle of your scale. So when you're playing, if you're playing half notes, I want you to start doing 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, then 2 on 4, and match it with your open string. If it doesn't match, get it to match, then move on. And then you can even do that on your C scale too. Do the same thing. So let's just try that.
Sure.
I want you to play the G scale, and when you get to the D fourth finger, match it with your D string.
Okay. Correct your thumb at the very end there. I know it's gonna be a little hard with your with stretching for the fourth finger, but really, if you keep your thumb loose, it's gonna be so much easier. Yeah.
Ready, go. Keep that thumb relaxed. There you go. You changed that. It might have been a little difficult at first, but that's what's really gonna help you. So even if you need to bring your arm over a little bit, that's definitely gonna help if you bring your arm under. Even if it's just temporarily, but you want to make sure your whole hand is loose. So let's play that again, and then I might ask you if you can just move your hand in the middle of the scale.
Sure.
Let's play the whole scale. Don't bother matching the open strings. Let's play through. 1, 2, ready, go. Slide up. Slide your hand up. Could you do that easily if I asked you to?
That was a little tight still.
Okay, so let's try that again.
Okay.
Ready, go. Slide your hand up. So you unlocked your thumb that time too,
Yeah.
even on 2. Okay, so let's try that one more time. 1, 2, ready, go. Slide your hand up.
That was a lot better. You didn't have to ungrip as much that time.
Right. Okay. Helps.
So I think that's something interesting to try.
Yeah.
Definitely. And the other thing that we can do is take your hand away in the middle of the scale, like that.
Okay.
So let's even try that once. And if you want to put your hand on the viola to help support it when you take your hand away, that's fine too.
Okay.
So let's just go through the scale that way. 1, 2, ready, go. Back. You're a lot better with keeping your hand relaxed in the open 1, 2, 3 area. I think it's just the 4 now.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's just something to practice and work on, but that's a lot better than it was before.
Great. Thank you.
Yeah.